exclusive.
Philadelphia Channel 13 Sports presents NCAA Division III college hockey as the Neumann Knights take on the Buffalo State Bengals from the jungle at the Buffalo State Ice Arena at Buffalo State College in Buffalo, New York. Hello everyone, I'm Walter John Sears along with Roger Walsh, my good friend and colleague for tonight's game. And Roger, the Buffalo State Bengals, indeed it's been a roller coaster season.
Roller coaster, extremely apropos for this club. Go back to last season. Buffalo State made the playoffs for the first time in the program's history, where they should have beat Cortland. And in the offseason, they really didn't lose a lot. Yes, they lost SUNYAC Player of the Year Todd Nowicki, but they have 10 players returning for their final season in a talented incoming freshman class. Early on in training camp, a lot of observers believed that this club had enough talent to place as high as maybe third in SUNYAC and do some real damage in the playoffs, but they are disappointing 4-12-1 coming into tonight's game. They did beat this very Neumann club last night 9-4, but they've showed signs that they can hang with anybody. They beat a good Potsdam club, played tough against Plattsburgh. Manhattanville, 2 tough games that they didn't come on top of, but they played them tough, and that's just got to jive Jim Fowler and his coaching staff crazy, is the fact that his team's got talent, but they take too many shifts off, too many periods off, too many games off, and you can't do that in college hockey, Walt.
No, you can't, Roger, and the season itself reflects the marquee player of the team itself.
Joe Urbana, keep your eyes on him tonight. He is something special. He's the school's all-time leading scorer. He had a hat trick last night, and when he is on, he is as good as anyone in the nation. This kid's got a ton of talent, but the problem has been his dedication. If you put his mind to it and work a lot harder, he could go places. And when you look at the Bengals, as you said, Walt, they really reflect that in their season. This is the last game before they get into SUNYAC play, and they really have to get some momentum here tonight.
Well, the Bengals really do need to get back on the fast track, and that win last night, 9-4, has got them started. What do you think they have to do now to stay on that track?
Well, let's go over 3 things. First is fast start. They were down 2-0 to this Neumann club last night. Unless the team has only won 1 game, so you got to get off to a fast start. If you're Buffalo State, they've fallen behind so many times, so often, so early this season. They can't afford to do that if they are entertaining any hopes of doing any damage here in the season and into the postseason. Second is discipline. Penalty minutes, to say it's been a problem for Buff State, that's understating it. They spend an obscene average of 24 minutes per game in the box. That's over a period shorthanded. You can't get that done. You can't do that and get a lot of things done in this season if you want to do anything in the postseason as well. Third is goaltending. The games they've won, the goaltending's been strong, very solid. Games they've lost, it really hasn't been. So Buffalo State, those are 3 things they're going to have to do to be successful tonight.
And very good points, Roger. And the Buffalo State Bengals need to get on track, and they might get on track as they did with that 9-4 win. And maybe they're getting a break with Neumann coming in. Coach Nick Russo's club, only 1 win and 15 losses and a tie. This could be just what the doctor ordered for Buffalo State to keep it going. But what Buffalo State has to be leery about, they were down 2-0 in that 9-4 game.
Sure.
They cannot take this team lightly. This is a very good Neumann team, although they've scored only 1 goal. And do not take Neumann lightly. You might get burned.
Yeah, well, when you're 4-12-1, how can you take anybody lightly? But 3 things Neumann's got to do tonight to have a chance to win this game. First one is shots. They were up 2-0 early. They got to put a lot of pucks on the net. Buff State's been down so early so often this season that if they can get an early lead like they did last night, maybe they can hold on to it tonight. Second key is protect the slot. When you give up as many goals as Neumann has, the other team owns the slot. Buff State with 9 goals last night. They walked around with impunity last night down the slot, so they got to protect that. Third is special teams. Power play percentage for Neumann, Walt, a abysmal 3%. You have to have your power play working when the rest of the team isn't going well, so that's what they got to do tonight.
And, Raj, this is a big game for Buffalo State. Make no doubt about it. They want to win this game, get that momentum going back to their last 5 Soniac games, and they say are their last 7, and they need to win 4 of those to make the playoffs, and they think they can do it.
Well, they think they can get it done. They've said we have underachieved. We have not played our best. A meeting with the players the other night saying, look, we have a lot we can do with this club. We have a lot we can get accomplished, but we have to show up every night, and that's been the problem.
All right, we'll be back, and they'll drop the puck. Neumann and Buffalo State coming up next on A13.
Dishes have come in handy since the cutbacks. Old Manny here's going pro.
The dish makes a good pizza.
What I want to dance, Coach. No, you don't.
Want the dish? Yeah. Get the dish.
You the man.
No, can you give me a hand?
You the man.
Sure, you can do a lot with a dish.
Yeah, you the man.
But with constant weather interruptions and signal problems, do you want to bother? Cable's your best choice. Adelphia Cable, the connection you can count on.
Thick, juicy steak the whole family will love. Just one more thing that costs less with Tops Friendly Markets.
You're watching Adelphia Channel 13. For the latest on-air schedule, visit our website at a13tv.com.
What a catch! Touchdown! What a catch!
That was exciting. You're watching A13 Sports, where the action is hot.
Bubbles of football! It's loose on the carpet! Who's got it? It's kicked ahead! On the turf! Scooped up by Cleveland Hill! You're kidding me! Oh my God!
Well, we welcome you back to the jungle at Buffalo State Ice Arena in Buffalo, New York. It's the Buffalo State Bengals, and they are going to start in goal, one of their best, Nick Bertie, who will wear number 34 this game. And Nick has won 17 games in his career, lost 27, and tied 4. He's 3-6-1. He's on your right with a goals against average this year of 4.18. And on the other side for the Neumann Knights is Matt Sauer. Matt in 9 starts is 0-8-1 and a goals against average of 7.15. That's Matt to the left of your screen with his glove up in the air and making the catch here. So that's the 2 goaltenders, and the goaltending seems to favor the Buffalo State team in this game with Bertie.
Well, take a look at the coach's file for Buffalo State. Jim Fowler, the man behind the bench, a native of Bridgeview, Illinois. At St. Lawrence, Lawrence was his education. Obviously, a lot of hockey involved there. Honor most valuable defenseman, and he is a hobby is golf, and coaching philosophy, hard work and dedication is vital to success. Jim Fowler, 7 years coaching, 42, 109, and 3 is his record. Take a look at the Neumann coach, Nick Russo, a Buffalo native from Elma, New York. Went to high school at Iroquois, was the captain of the high school hockey team, ECC in Westchester among his academic stops. Deep sea fishing is his thing. He started the program at Neumann. It's been a tough road. Coaching record 40, 83, and 3 for Nick Russo. And his coaching philosophy, seize the moment, stay positive.
And we talked about the Buffalo State Bengals, and they need to win this game to get on a 2-game winning streak to get back on track. And then they have 7 Soniac games remaining, and they need to win 4 of those Soniac games to secure a playoff position. And the team, when we talked to them in our pregame meeting, all the players that we had, they were pretty positive that they could reach that mark. Neumann, on the other hand, gave Buffalo State a pretty good game. They played a pretty good game in losing 9-4. Now let's join the national anthem. the referee for tonight's action is Joe Norowski. There's a good look at the guy that everybody seems to be pointing to as a top guy, Joe Urbanek for Buffalo State, a guy that can get it done.
Joe Urbanek, yes, he is the man to watch if you are a Buff State fan. And, you know, really a lot of the postseason hopes to getting in the postseason fall on Mr. Urbanek's shoulders. 12 goals on the season. He had a hat trick last night, and this kid in his career, as far as he set the Buffalo State all-time leading scoring record. 9 goals, 3 assists, 12 points, but you can throw in 3 goals from last night. He's got 12 and 15 points on the season, and that brings his career totals to all-time high for Buff State. 55 goals, 66 assists, and 121 points. He's the man to watch if you're Buffalo State tonight.
Well, he's a player to watch for, and he's starting along with Greg Przybylski on the top line and Mark Yoder for Buffalo State. Ricardo Fernandez is one defenseman, and Infantino is the other defenseman. And right off the bat, Buffalo State pushes it in, and the goaltender, Matt Sauer, will handle it. Buffalo State intercepting right in front. A quick shot. Oh, a good save by Sauer. He was laying down. Slap shot right on. Sauer, another save. And 2 great opportunities there, Roger, right off the bat for the Bengals.
Absolutely, and this kid Sauer standing strong here in the opening minute.
It was just the opposite in the 9-4 victory for Buff State. They got off to a slow start, and we're down 2-0 to this team. But now they get off to a fast start, but there's no score in the opening moments. Flip not over the blue line. It's kept in by Neumann in the person of number 44, Bob Klink. And now shot back into the Buffalo State end. This is Sidman. Sidman's pass is intercepted by Buffalo State. And number 4, Fernandez, the defenseman. Fernandez drops it on the wing, and the shot by McElman is off and taken by Neumann and shot down the ice. 28 there is Jason Davis. Davis up to McElman, who's knocked off the play. McElman carries on, and McElman checked into the boards as the puck flies over the plexiglass and out of play. A stoppage in play. 18:51 to go, first period, no score.
Joe Sidman, the defenseman, steps into McElman along the boards. Setting the tone early for Buff State is the starting defenseman, Mark Infantino, throwing a couple nice body checks early, trying to get his Buff State team fired up. They told us in the meetings, they said, look, our game is to come out banging, come out strong, and play tough early and try to wear down Neumann, and that's what they're going to try to do tonight.
Well, the line of McElman, Cataray, and Jason Davis out for Buffalo State. Birdie handles the puck. This is number 11, Meyer. And back is Buffalo State. Buffalo State in their own end. Hernandez seeing a lot of ice time early. Intercepted by Neumann. They'll carry it back to their own end. Try and set something up. Here they come. Here comes Neumann. No score in the early going. Back out towards over the blue line and shot in by Neumann. Number 4, Hernandez. Circling out to center ice. Neumann picking up the puck, and now it's intercepted by 22, Rocky Reeves, the senior for Buff State. Shot down the ice by Dan Hauer for Neumann, and into the corner, Hernandez. Hernandez checked right there by Dan Hauer. Dan Hauer and Hernandez. Loose puck coming out at number 19 to Joe. Can't get a shot away. It's in the corner. There's Hernandez bumping with Ruder. And Hernandez off to a good start in this game, up to Urbanek. Urbanek for Buff State has passed just a shade too far for Rocky Reeves, and it will be called on 2-line pass.
Nice job by Rich Hernandez, the Buffalo State defenseman, winning about 3 one-on-one battles behind his own net to get the puck out. It results in icing, but that's what Buffalo State has to do. They have to win those one-on-one battles. This club takes too many shifts off, too many nights off, and they got to keep that kind of intensity going. And Hernandez showing up early in this game. And a quick shot by Isola right on Birdie, who made a rather easy save for himself. Tankovic, number 3 in the corner boards, and it's a good heavy head in there. Neumann back in their own zone, number 23, Dorman. Up to 16, Mikan. Intercepted by Buffalo State's Jurek. Jurek play carries on. Neumann trying to get it out over the blue line. They do, and they shoot it into the Buff State end. Vogel up to his teammate. And then
that's Jenke who shoots it in. 44, Bob Klenk. Klenk taking in the boards. And pass up, and he got away with it. Very fortunate. Intercepted by Buck State, shot back into the Neumann zone. No score here, pretty good game so far. Here's Klenk turning at his own end to Hancock. Hancock to center ice, intercepted by Stankovic, and shot into the corner. Let's see if Buffalo State can keep it in. They can't. Now they do shoot it.
Plenty of hitting so far tonight. This is sometimes the case when you get back-to-back games. Little rivalries and hatreds develop over the first game carried into the second.
The Lippin play was forming there, but there's Bilski's taken off of it. Buffalo State still with an opportunity. Urbanic's behind the goal crease. A back pass for Urbanic by Yoder is intercepted, and back is Neumann. Hancock a little bit too far for his teammate Meyer. And here's a chance for Neumann. The shot right on. Birdie to save the rebound, and it's knocked out to Klenk. At the point, takes a shot, it goes wide. Meyer's there, number 11. He can't get to it. Buck State clearing it to center ice.
Well, that's the all-freshman line out there for Neumann, Hancock, Viscus, and Mayer, and we know that Dick Russo is very high on this line.
Eber taking in the boards, nicely done by McElman, but Neumann keeping it in. No score, 15:25 to go in the first period. Here's Buffalo State trying to come out of their own end, and they do get it across the blue line, so 18. Jason Nicoletti handled it. A shot again by Buffalo State. Here's a chance for Buffalo State, but player is taken off the play. And here's the Neumann Knights coming back. Neumann Knights, Riccardi. Riccardi takes his shot, rebound, whoa, what a great save. That was by Nick Berti.
Absolutely, what a terrific save. The net came off, that is why the whistle is blown, but Nick Berti getting involved early here with a great stop on the play. This is good hustle by Riccardi as he comes in, takes his shot, the rebound pops out, and look at flopping down to rob Mike Burns on the play. Is Berti, nice job there, and it's still scoreless.
Boy, two great saves there. The second one especially on Mike Burns, as you said, Roger. And number 12, Cataray, pushed it up for his teammate. It's intercepted by Dorman, 23 for Neumann. Dorman is being shadowed by Jason Davis, and Dorman just shoots it all the way down the ice. Icing will be called. 14:39 to go in the first period. No score.
Well, they're pretty spirited so far here, just about a little over 5 minutes in. And a good job by both teams. Buffalo State taking the body a little bit, but Neumann getting a chance or two. Buffalo State almost scored in the opening minute, but both teams, you wouldn't think they'd be feeling each other out after playing last night, but very tight hockey out there.
Face-off controlled by Buffalo State. Now Neumann shoots it to center ice. Neumann comes up with the puck and shooting it in is number 23, Dorman. Buffalo State coming back from their own end. It just, flipped over the boards, almost hit a young lady there.
Head coach Dick Russo, as we mentioned in the opening, starting this program in Neumann. And Neumann, by the way, people who are not familiar, it's in the Philadelphia area. And he started this program from really nothing. 5th season of his expansion tenure. 2-23 last season. 1-15-1 you see this season. Russo's head coach. But trying to build from nothing is always a tough task. And no surprise, Neumann has struggled for the next couple of years.
Minkin had a shot right off the face-off that goaltender Birdie stopped, and now we have our first penalty of this game. A slashing call will be coming up. Neumann will go to the power play. And Neumann, I was reading Dave D., our director, who also is an assistant coach here at Buffalo State, put together a nice package that their power play was hitting at only like 3%.
Yes, and that is not going to get anything done.
Well, let me correct that. The penalty is going to be on Neumann, and Buffalo State will have the power play.
Clark Minkin in for slashing, and Buffalo State's first opportunity in the man advantage tonight.
And Hernandez out there on the power play with Yoder, and number 12, Gataray, and 24, Zalewski. This is for Hernandez, circling, and of course you've got the big scorer, Urbanic, that's the 5. It's intercepted, good job here by Viscu, taken off him by Hernandez. Up to Yoder. Yoder gives to Zalewski, Zalewski circling, and it's intercepted by Neumann. They might come back on a 3-on-2 here. No, they don't.
Nice defensive play by Zalewski.
Yeah, Hernandez could, teammate Cataray could not get onside.
Well, that was dangerous there at the blue line. Mike Zalewski comes in and curls up at the blue line with the puck when there's no support. You're left out on an island there as Viscus almost chipped it by him and almost hit a 3-on-1.
The power play for Buffalo State continues, and they changed their power play unit. Fontenot's out there now, along with Przybylski, number 18. There's a pass up ahead to Danny Vogel, number 20. Danny Vogel carries on. Danny Vogel takes his shot right on the rebound, and another terrific save by Matt Sauer.
Good outside speed by Vogel. I'll tell you something, I'm impressed so far with the Buffalo State speed going wide. They seem to, they can get around the Neumann defense, but a good job by Vogel as he tried to do it, take it himself, and why not, as he cuts towards the net, and a beautiful save by Sauer, the goaltender, as Vogel got around Jason Nicoletti.
And you saw Jason Siroy for Buffalo State right there on the doorstep, but no rebound. Here is Siroy. Siroy for Buff State on the power play, nearly scored at that last opportunity. Fontenot into the crease, and that is shot a little bit wider by Danny Vogel. Back out to number 11 in Infantino, excuse me, and that pass a little bit wide there for Przybylski. Buffalo State putting on the pressure. Siroy, back of the net. Jason Davis. Danny Vogel shot right on and steered away by Matt Sauer.
But Buff State's trying to set him up down the slot. But Sauer is coming up big. And Buffalo State's getting no one to the net after that first rebound comes out.
Quick shot by Przybylski, and that stopped by Sauer. Siroy leaves. He's out of the power play unit. Infantino stays on. He's got it. Just an easy save there for Bertie.
Nice penalty kill by Neumann.
Well, Buff State had their chances. Danny Vogel up to Jason Davis. Here they come. Quick shot is wide there by Jurek. Rebound, that hit the post by Mask. I think it was going to go a little bit wide anyways. It did catch some of the post. Here's number 2, Dannenhauer, up to his teammate Dorman, into the corner. Chance for Neumann now. Good chance, and another big save by Bertie. Another stop by Bertie. 2 big saves.
Well, Bertie is matching Matt Sauer save for save, and it's been a goaltender battle so far.
Well, it really has. That one's a little wide. Goaltender Matt Sauer handles it anyways, but Bertie's had some real tough saves. Bertie's going to let that go. Oh boy, that's dangerous, because number 14 was flying in there. Bechtel's holding it up against the boards along with Hensley, his teammate, and the Buffalo State player. Buffalo State comes up with it, but they don't clear it.
Well, Bechtel just got away with a tripping penalty.
And here's our top guy, Joel Urbanek, tried to get it to his teammate, and down goes number 24, Hensley. Buff State bottle up in their own zone right now. Yoder, 16, up ahead to Przybylski. Przybylski drops it for Yoder. Nice looking play. Doesn't take the shot. He still got it. Tries to get it into the crease. It's intercepted by Bechtel, and nicely done. Bechtel pushes it up to center ice, and Mickton had it. Now Buffalo State coming back.
One thing Buffalo State's trying to do when they get deep into the zone is take their defenseman and send them right down the slot. And that time Yoder off the rebound. Connolly was cruising down the slot, but Yoder could not get the pass to him.
Well, no score. 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go. In the first period, but both teams have threatened a number of times. Sidman to his teammate. Play carries on. Meyer Meyer gets it to Hancock. Hancock goes in on a left wing. A penalty coming up to Buffalo State. I think we're going to have a tripping call. Play carries on the delayed penalty. And let's see what Neumann can do with it. Flank into the corner. And now it's touched his. Looks like it's going to be a hooking call against Buffalo State. I thought it was McElman, number 10. We'll see. .946 to go, no score, and
well, you are right. It is McElman.
We're going to take a look and watch your lower corner on the replay. We've got a hooking call on McElman. And this club hitting at 3%, I think, on their power play. Here's the replay.
The lower corner as he comes in with the hook. And McElman's going to sit in the box for 2.
Riccardi, 25 on the power play. They score! A quick pass to Conicello, and Chad Conicello puts it in with, I believe, Riccardi setting it up.
Well, Conicello on the doorstep to the side of the net, and I'll tell you something, Nick Birdie should have had the post covered as he came from the side and banked it in off Nick Birdie, and it's a 1-0 Neumann lead in the power play. The abysmal power play comes through as you look at the pass to behind the net. Comes in, and I believe it's Riccardi. Just banks it in, 1-0 Neumann.
And Riccardi might get credit for that goal. We'll double check on that. Conicello never did knock it in. Riccardi knocked it in, apparently off of one of the Buff State players.
Riccardi from Mike Burns at 9:32.
And once again, the Buffalo State Bengals off to that slow start. Down to this team yesterday, 2-0 and winning 9-4, and down now 1-0.
Well, you know, from watching this opening period, Buffalo State looks like they have the more talented group, but and they did get down 2-0, and they did wind up coming back, but you cannot roll the dice like that, especially against a team that is so hungry for success, like Neumann is, with only 1 win and 15 losses. So Buffalo State better wake up.
And it skipped over Danny Vogel's stick. Here they come again. Same guy, and the shot. Oh, a great save by Birdie this time. Conicello, it was him. And he got stoned. And they carry on, right on. It shot a little bit wide from the point. Neumann putting on a lot of pressure. That last shot by Dorman.
Great stop on Conicello by Birdie.
Eber carries on. He's taken off the play. Here's Eber against the boards, getting it to his teammate. Biscue. Good check there by number 3. Stankovic for Buffalo State. They hold it against the boards. Now it comes out to Dorman. That is going a little bit wide, but Birdie steered it away. Out to the point it comes, 21 to Sola. Sola has it stolen. By Buffalo State, it comes out over the blue line. And number 26, Mask, had it momentarily. Back is Neumann. Neumann, the shot is a little bit wide again, but they're peppering the goaltender now. That's Brian Asola, who took that shot. Right now, Neumann getting some life here, leading 1-0.
Well, I'll tell you something, they're getting to the loose pucks way ahead of Buff State. Like I said, Buff State has probably got the talent edge over Neumann, but I tell you something, Jim Fowler cannot be happy at all with the way this game has started for his club after early coming out strong. They've been folding. Look at the great stop by Birdie on Conicello as Conicello tries to pull him across the crease and goes to the backhand, and Birdie stacks the pads.
And a quick shot goes wide for Buff State. Well, one thing about Birdie, he's 6'4", so he's a very tall goaltender. Takes up a lot of space in that crease. And Neumann slips it down the ice. Paul Reuter gets it down there. Yoder. Well, no, that's not Yoder. That's Connolly. Got to it first. Out to number 26, Mask. Back the other way, 15, Henry Jurek. Slipped it in. Play is stopped again, whistled down with 7:11 to go in the first period, 1-0 Neumann. And that goal was, I wouldn't say it was a fluke goal, but it was sort of a strange goal, Roger.
Well, it's a soft goal because you, as a goaltender, you have to have the post pinned when someone is in the side trying to come in. And what he did is Birdie, for as good as he is and as good as he's played so far tonight, he pulled off the post too early, and there's a little slot to to redirect it in, off his pad and in. And that's exactly what Neumann did on that play. So 1-0 Neumann, despite the fine efforts by Birdie, but that is a soft goal.
And 7 minutes to go. 1-0 is said Neumann. A penalty coming up. Rotzcheck. Let's see what the Bengals will do now. Already down here 1-0.
There goes
6. Connolly is
Matt Connolly in the box for interference, or yes, for interference. So Matt Connolly in the power play, the Neumann power play that is abysmal, 3% coming into this game, but already has a goal, looking for another.
Let's see if number 18 can get to Rudibilski. He cannot. Nate Eber out there on the power play along with Hancock. For Neumann will pick up the rest of their players. This is number 18, Jason Nicoletti. who also is on the power play. Newman up 1-0. Long pass ahead would be called on the icing. And number 5, Viscu, Joe Viscu, one of their top players, he also is out on the ice.
Well, Viscu's part of that freshman line. Viscu, hometown kid from Philadelphia, also on the line, number 9, John Hancock from Cochrane, Alberta, and Matt Mayer from Calgary, Alberta. So 2 kids from Alberta on the freshman line. Nick Rosso says these guys got quite a future together.
And here's a quick shot coming up. Score! And it's John Hancock making it 2-0. And again, the slow starting Bengals down 2-0. But this time, the way this game is going, it's early, but it's hard to imagine that the Bengals would come back and repeat that 9-4 win of last night.
Second power play goal of the night. And speak of the devil, the freshman line getting it done as John Hancock comes in and delays on the shot. Here's a nice cross ice pass. Delays on the shot just a second to drop birdie. Puts it over his shoulder. 2-0 Neumann.
And Meyer was in the slot in case there was a rebound. And now we have another penalty coming up. After a quick shot by the Buff State Bengals was right on the goaltender, Matt Sauer. Now it looks like number 4, Ricardo Hernandez, is heading to the gate.
Oh, well, we talked in the pregame. Well, and here it is. You talk about discipline. This club averages over 24 minutes and penalties a game. And here they are taking yet another penalty and giving the Neumann power play. And everyone can laugh all they want at 3%, but they got 2 tonight, and they're hoping for another.
Yeah, they're at 100% tonight. Couldn't be any better, 2 out of 2. You can call that 1,000%. It's infinity. 2-0. 2-0 is the score right now. Neumann in the lead, and on the power play, number 11 for Buffalo State. Infantino knocked it down the ice. Buffalo State doing a pretty good job early on this power play. Yoder getting it to his teammate, killing off time. McCorkle knocks it down the ice. Chased down by Joey Sidman. Intercepted by Buff State there, McElman. And taken back by Matt Meyer. And back comes Neumann again. Only 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this first period. 2-0 Neumann, quite a surprise here. Number 7, Soroy, his shot is wide. Oh, that was dangerous. It popped out right towards the goaltender. That shot a little bit wide also by Morgan McElman. Back the other way, number 9, John Hancock, already with a goal. Hancock tries to split the defense. He can't do it. Good job by Buffalo State. Shot all the way down the ice now.
Nice hit by Dan Vogel. Hancock is dangerous. He's got 1 tonight. Buffalo State, be fortuitous for them to bang this freshman line around.
Eber knocked it into the Buff State end. Number 20, Danny Vogel, has it intercepted by Meyer. It's held against the boards. 2-0, and the power play in effect for the Neumann Knights. Here they come again. Viscu tried to pass it over to Nate Eber, made a bad pass. A missed opportunity there, Raj.
Absolutely. They're 2 for 3 now on the power plays to come back to even strength.
Here they come, though. Shot, and it's right on. The goaltender stopped at birdie as he stopped number 2, Dannenhauer. Another shot, and that's deflected by a defenseman, number 26, Mask, who did a good job. Stepped right in front of it.
The Mask is hurting, too. As he hobbles to the bench and climbs over the boards. That one stung, but that's the kind of effort you're going to need from Buff State. Take one for the team. Block the shot from the point. And Mask a little bit of discomfort, but looks like he's going to be okay.
3:48 to go in the first period, and quite frankly, looking at the Buffalo State Bengals bench, by virtue of their 9-4 win yesterday, I thought coming in here they had all the momentum.
Well, that's what they talked about in the meeting, is getting momentum and continuing momentum, so when Suniac play starts, they can do some damage, but you can only go down so often in so many games. So they've not started strong. They've taken way too many penalties. And Neumann, say what you want about a 1-win team and a 3% power play, they've capitalized, and that's why they lead 2-0.
And back comes Buff State, and fanning on it there, their top guy, Joe Urbanek. He had a pretty good opportunity. Yoder had a chance there. Urbanek in the corner, tried to center it. knocked down by number 19, Paul DeJoe. Buff State putting some pressure on here, but Neumann clearing it down the ice. Right on the goaltender, who has to make the save. And then Birdie clears it up, nicely done, very quickly to Yoder, who slapped it down the ice. Line change for Buffalo State very quickly.
They need a spark. They need someone to come up with a big hit and ignite this team, because Buff State's sleeping right now.
And McElman to Cataray. Cataray did a good job initially to keep it in. Comes out to the point, Hernandez. Hernandez can't get his shot away. It's knocked down by the defenseman. It's underneath the skates. Can't find it. Hensley. And Buff State still carrying on. Infantino in the corner. Cataray. Drop to 28. Jason Davis. Infantino. Being checked there. Checked very hard by Dorman. Infantino again. Just flips it around the boards. Hernandez to Davis. Got a man in front, but they can't find it. Cataray, they could not get him the puck, and here's a McElman. His shot, McElman, that is, his shot goes wide. Whoa! Oh boy, and heavily into the boards, Infantino.
Well, I'll tell you, good puck control inside the zone. And I'll tell you something, I saw something just a moment ago. When you look at Buffalo State, I mean, they got to have their older guys come through. Look at the hit, though, as Infantino tried to line up the Neumann player, but he went down, and Infantino went for a spill. But on that possession inside, Ricardo Hernandez, Clark Minkin gave him a shot, and Ricardo Hernandez wanted to give him an elbow or a cross check, but he held himself, and he didn't do it. And that's the kind of leadership you're going to need out of the Bengals. He knows his team's down 2-0. He's known they're not playing well, and he knows they can ill afford to take another penalty. Hernandez is interesting, though, interesting kid, because he's from Alaska, and he just kind of picked Buff State. He said, I picked Buff State, they accepted me, so I got my truck and drove here.
Yeah, a long way from Alaska. Both of these clubs have players from very far out, away from their school that they're going to. Back is Neumann up 2-0 already, and that shot goes a little bit wide there by Conicello. That was a good effort by Conicello. It's shot down the ice. 1:10 to go. Roger Walsh is going to be heading downstairs, and we are hoping that he's going to be able to talk to the Neumann coach, and they're got to be happy right now. Connolly can't get the shot away. I'll tell you, Neumann not playing like a team with one win. Of course, remember, Buff State only has 4 wins. They're the better team, but Neumann playing a strong first period. And number 5 coming up with it, Fiskey. Fiskey taking off the play. Here's 21, Jenke, out to the point. And a score! From the point, Bob Clank. I guess he clanked it in. Bob Clank, we'll have to see if it was deflected, but Clank took the shot from the point. And that stretches the Neumann Knights lead to 3-0, and arguably this is the largest lead that the Neumann Knights have had this year, I would think. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened. He didn't get it out. Clank winds up, takes his shot. Is it deflected or does it go straight in? We'll have to wait and see what Scott Fleetwood, our extraordinary stat man, saw on that. And it is now 3-0. Carry on with 28 seconds to go in the first period. Well, that's a tough goal for Buffalo State to swallow. 3-0 game now. Yoder back to mid-ice. Again at mid-ice, and number 3, Stankovic offside. His teammate Joe Urbanek offside. We're trying to get the confirmation on the goal. We're saying Clank. Doesn't appear there was a deflection. And we're giving it to Clank, making it 3-0. And as well as the goaltender Birdie has played, he's allowed a couple of goals that been screened on one. One was a soft goal, the first one. But Matt Sauer has played terrific. 5 seconds to go in the first period. It's going to end it for the first period, and a very happy Neumann team congratulating their goaltender Sauer, and a very, I'd say, dejected Buffalo State team after this first period, and disappointed team. And they're going to be all fired up to come out in that second period. There's no question about that, as the Bengals are going off ice. So a surprise here at the end of one. The score, the Neumann Knights 3 and the Buffalo State Bengals nothing. You're watching A13 Sports.
Adelphia Crossroads is the place to be for different TV here in Western New York. Join me, Peter Anderson, weeknights at 6:30 for a show that's unlike anything else you'll see locally. What's Crossroads all about? Well, it's open phone lines and positive local news, advice you can use, open phone lines, area events, activities, and happenings, and your chance to talk to Western New York's movers and shakers. Crossroads has information, education, and conversation all for you. Weeknights at 6:30. Join Crossroads on Adelphia Channel 13.
And the score after one period in our first intermission, Neumann Knights 3 and the Buffalo State Bengals nothing. Now let's go down to Roger.
Here with Nick Russo, the Neumann Knights head coach. Coach, 3-0 after one. You have to be very pleased the way your team has come out and battled and taken a 3-0 lead and some power play goals to speak of.
Yeah, we're real happy with that. A lot of our freshmen, it was time for them to step up this week, so we put together a couple power play units, spent a lot of time working on it, and last year we had a lot of penalties against Buffalo State, vice versa, so we figured that would be a difference this weekend, so we worked on it.
Yeah, coming in, the power play was abysmal, if you will, 3%, and all of a sudden 2 power play goals. And I speak of the freshmen, though, Viscuse and Hancock, all freshmen first line, and they're producing tonight.
Yeah, Mayor's the other guy. Again, it's time for the freshmen to step up with 16, 17 rookies. It's been a long season, and we tried to get them ice time when we could, but it's time now. 2-0 lead last night, and you wound up losing 9-4. Up 3-0 now after one. What mistakes can you correct that you made last night you don't make tonight? Well, I think last night we kind of sat back. We were still a little, we're still not used to having a lead. In 4 years of the program, we haven't had too many. So we kind of sat back, and experienced teams like Buffalo State are going to take advantage of that. Tonight, we're not going to sit back.
Well, good luck in a second.
Thank you.
Head coach Nick Russo of the Neumann Knights. Let's slide back upstairs to Walt Sears.
All right, Raj, nice job, and of course he's very excited to be leading 3-0. And there's your score at the end of the first period: Neumann 3 and Buffalo State nothing.
Pick Perry.
Perry's ice cream.
Pick Perry.
Perry's ice cream.
Make a special moment for your family. Everybody loves the variety. Pick Perry.
It's the ice creamiest.
Yeah, Perry.
It's the greatest tasting ice cream. You scream, we all scream. Perry's ice cream.
Pick Perry.
It's the ice creamiest.
Yeah, Perry.
It's the most delicious ice cream. You scream, we all scream. Perry's ice cream.
It's ice creamiest.
Raising teenagers. Just one more thing that costs less with Tops Friendly Markets.
Well, there's the first period, 3-0, and that's the score at the end of one period, with the Neumann Knights leading the Buffalo State Bengals, and both goaltenders made numerous saves. And then we get into the goal scoring in this game, and let's take a look at the first goal, and it's going to be number 25, Justin Riccardi, and he's going to knock it in off of Nick Birdie off his pads as he didn't cover the corner. And then Johnny Hancock takes a perfect pass, point-blank range, beats him top shelf, and that makes it 2-0. And then late in the period when you were going down, Raj, it was 3-0 when Bob Klink scored, and that's where we stand.
And we said at the top of the broadcast, Buffalo State had to start strong and stay out of the penalty box. They haven't started strong. They have not stayed out of the box. 2 power play goals for the Knights. They find themselves down 3-0. And Buffalo State, they're playing with fire here. This Neumann team is fired up. They want to win. As we take a look at the stats after the first period of play with a 3-0 Neumann lead over Buffalo State. 11-8, the shots on goal for Neumann. 2 of 3 on the power play. They came in at a woeful 3%, and they've really kicked it into gear tonight. 7 body checks by the Bengals, only 9 by the Bengals, 7 by Neumann. And scoring chances, Bengals 1 more scoring chance than Neumann, but really Neumann, it's Buff State can't stay out of the box, and Neumann has started, their power play is starting to wake up after being so terrible all season. And this is dangerous for Buff State. Newman's got 1 win, and with a team that never has a lot of success, they're hungry to win this game. You can see them coming off the ice, and it should be interesting second, see how Buff State responds.
It should. Let's see how the Bengals, they should come out all fired up. Score after 1 is 3-0 Neumann.
Everyone's talking about the Adelphia Advantage package. Get the best of Adelphia's cable technologies at one great rate. Adelphia PowerLink offers a constant connection that's up to 50 times faster than dial-up, with no need for a second phone line. It's the internet wide open. And with Adelphia Digital Cable, you get all your local channels, cable favorites, plus an interactive program guide, commercial-free music, and much more. Get it all from one source. Call today. This special offer won't last long. Adelphia, the advantage is with you.
Join the race against leukemia and lymphoma. Take part in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Team in Training. Experienced coaches will provide the training and support you need to compete in a major marathon or century ride. And the money raised will go toward fighting the #1 disease killer of children. Join Team in Training. You'll have the time of your life, and you'll be helping to save lives. Call for more information.
Phone 834-2578. You are watching Adelphia Channel 13.
Welcome back to Buffalo State College, on the campus of Buffalo State College campus, Buffalo, New York, rather. Roger Walsh alongside Walt Sears. 3-0 Neumann leading Buffalo State as the goaltender Matt Sauer just made a nice save. We are just about 18 seconds into the second period. 3-0 Neumann over Buffalo State. And here's the shot by the defenseman, and that one caroms into the corner. Prabilski will take it up. Yoder behind the net. Yoder can't control it. Pabilski will kick it into the corner and is picked up and lifted high into the crowd, into the out of play by number 23 for Neumann, and that would be Dorman. Late addition to the roster.
And the official really had to be very, very careful on that. It looks like we have a new goaltender for Buffalo State.
Back to the point as Hernandez backhands one, and that one found its way all the way to the net, but Sauer makes the glove save and hangs on.
Steve Thering is the new goaltender for Buffalo State. Let's take a look at Steven. I'll give you some background on him in a moment. We'll look up his stats for the year.
Yoder to take the draw against Conicello, and Conicello wins the draw, and it's out to the corner. Riccardi up along the boards. Prabilski comes up with it behind the net. Urbanik looking for Yoder, and he can't control the pass as it comes out to the blue line. Hernandez with a shot. That one finds the net, but Sauer kicks it away. Riccardi now off the boards and not out, as Conicello couldn't get it out. As Dorman behind the net, checked by Urbanik. And here's Yoder out front. And Prabilski couldn't come up with it. And Dornan, bad bounce, here's a shot, and that is blocked at the defense with a nice block on the play by Riccardi. And it's set deep down the ice, and Hernandez will touch it up for icing. But Neumann, they can smell that they could have a victory tonight, and they're selling out there with a nice shot block.
That was a great play by Justin Riccardi. Let's watch. This is going to be a point-blank shot, and that's got to hurt. As Prabilski, who has a very tough slap shot, and you saw 25, Justin Riccardi step right in front of it.
6-2 in scoring chances in favor of Buffalo State so far. Dannenhauer for Conicello into the corner. Reuter still with the puck, battling along the boards with Catteray, and here comes Buffalo State. And over line, McElman, his shot. Oh, terrific glove save by Matt Sauer, robbing Morgan McElman.
That was the save of the day as McElman goes in. And I don't know, Raj, how he got that glove hand up in time to make the save. Let's watch McElman wind up. Boom, it looks like it's in, but no, he's got the glove save, and he just picks it out of the air.
Nice job by McElman to get that shot off. But, boy, Sauer has been tough to beat tonight, and Buffalo State hasn't done it yet, as they call icing.
That's one of those shots on the goaltender that looks like it's almost already past the line and a goal, and he just reaches back and pulls it back. That was amazing. There's Sauer. It doesn't get any better than that. That's not Sauer. That's sweet. 14 out of 14. That's terrific.
Sauer's in the zone so far tonight. Just back to the point. Here's the shot, and Sauer makes another save as he didn't. I don't think he saw that puck. Into the corner. Davis out in front, and that'll deflect back to the point. A point shot, and the rebound is kicked wide and cleared by Eber. Now Neumann coming up with it and sending it down through center.
And Buffalo State right now, Raj, playing with new vigor, new life. Only thing that's preventing them from scoring goals is the goaltender.
McElman's shot is deflected up into the screen and out of play. 17:35 left here in the second period. 3-0 Neumann. And it's been all Buffalo State in this second period, but they have yet to solve Matt Sauer.
And remember what the coach told us, Nick Russo, on a conference call about all the shots that they faced, 1,700 shots.
That's ridiculous. That is seriously ridiculous. There's a play now behind the Neumann net, and coming up with it in the corner is Buffalo State. Twisting with a shot, rebound cleared over the net as Suroy let it go.
Well, Suroy had a great chance right in one-on-one, and we're mentioning 1,700 shots were before last night's 9-4 win.
Viscus with a shot, and that is covered up by Birdie as Suroy had a great opportunity for Buffalo State at the other end and could not convert. And the freshman line out there now changing it up for Neumann. I'm very impressed with these kids. The freshman line of Hancock, Viscus, and Mayer.
And the new goaltender in there making his initial save. Daring is Steve. Right, Thering making the save, his initial save.
Here's a chance for Buffalo State as that puck is driven wide. Back in behind the net. Neumann in control. Suroy can't find the puck. It's out in front underneath the skates of a man as Reeves couldn't pick it up. Suroy now loses control of the puck, but now Reeves has it. Zalewski checked that, and back comes, he loses it, back comes Neumann, 3-on-2. Well, that looked like offsides, but here's Ponicello with a shot. Dorman keeps it in, and a nice stop by Thering. As it's cleared down into the Neumann end, and Doring picks it up. Doring to Ponicello.
A couple of fine saves there by Steve Thering.
McCorkey will clear it in to Doring. Doring now uses the boards to get it all the way out to the Buffalo State end as Hernandez hustles back, and they'll call this one icing with 15:56 left in the second.
Yeah, interesting too that Steve Thering coming into the game in the second period, replacing Nick Bertie, who I believe Bertie played last night in that 9-4 win, and then started this game. And you know, at least one of the goals wasn't his fault. He faced some tough shots in there.
Fourth line out for Buffalo State, and there's a drive by Mask, kicked in the corner by Sauer.
But on the other side, Matt Sauer is just playing phenomenal. Probably the game of the year for him.
Dannenhauer in, and that is cleared to the corner by Janke. Buffalo State with the puck behind their own net, cleared up to Janke along the side boards, and he'll guide one out as Jurek comes up with it and gets it over the line, and a pass for Jurek is wide as Mask tried to hit him on the tape. Back to the point. Hernandez lets it go, and that is deflected into the corner. And coming up with is Infantino. Infantino drops it off.
I'll tell you, the defenseman, Paul DeJoe, made a good play to step in front of that shot and deflect it away. And right now, Raj, his play whistle down. Matt Sauer is the guy we got to talk about. Here's a player that has not recorded a win this year, coming in here 0-8-1, and his goals against average 7.15, but yet he's been brilliant.
He sure has tonight. He's made several stellar saves, some of them brilliant, and just incredible job by him tonight so far. Here comes Buffalo State on a rush. Probilski in over the line, looking for Urbanek. Oh, and he tied up nicely by the defenseman, and Sauer made the save.
Well, that was a great feed, too.
Probilski cutting in, back to the point, the shot, and Yoder is stopped. And it comes behind the net, and it's cleared, but not out, and finally, it gets to the blue line, but Buffalo State will keep it in. Is Probilski going for it?
That's incredible. 2 more terrific saves by Sauer.
Big hit on the play by Yoder as he dropped Clark Minkin. Minkin's been on the receiving end of many shots tonight by the Buffalo State defense. Deflected wide by Probilski as Yoder let it go from the point. Buffalo State, the top line, trying to light a spark underneath their club. Urbanski battles with it along the boards. Probilski going in there. Has played along the wall. It's Probilski back for Urbanek. Urbanek sets up. Yoder shot. Oh, he flew over the net. He was looking top corner the whole way.
Yep, point blank range, he shot it high. You can't fault the effort by Buffalo State. They're all over this team. It's just the goaltender, Matt Sauer, has been so strong in between the pipes. He stopped everything.
Nicoletti couldn't get it out. Eber in the corner battling for the puck. Here's Urbanek looking for the trailer. Coming down the slot was Stankovic. And he could not get the pass. They've tried that a couple times tonight, Walt.
And you know, sometimes that happens. You get all these goal-scoring opportunities, and then one pass goes awry.
Here's a chance as Hancock couldn't get control of the puck as he bumps with the Buffalo State goaltender. And the kid line out there for Neumann, and they've done a great job tonight.
I think you get frustrated when you're down 3-0 and you're seeing all these scoring opportunities go awry, and then, you know, those passes, that 1 or 2 passes that don't click, that normally in a game wouldn't mean that much because you're going to make bad passes. It's just like errors or fumbles in other sports, but they really hurt when you're down 3-0 and you're pressing to get. I think if Buffalo State can get that first goal, they can right themselves.
Well, when a goaltender is playing as hot as Sauer is, you had Yoder with a point-blank shot. You got to hit the net. You have to hit the net. And Buff State's got to get someone in front because this kid Sauer's seeing everything.
I can't see how he can continue to keep playing like this the entire game.
Corky backhands one, and that is kept in by Neumann. And here is Mayer with a shot. That doesn't get through. Comes back out to center ice as Klenk will play it in.
And that last goal that was Mayer, we had changed that. Klenk shot it from the point, and Mayer redirected it in. The third goal.
Battle along the wall. Josh Davis wins that one, but it's sent but not out. And Viskew's trying to come up with it for Hancock. He can't get it. Mayer knocks it down. Mayer along the boards, and Buffalo State now coming back. McElman, he can't get anywhere, and that's backhanded down in the Buffalo State zone as Connolly will go back to touch it. McCorkey up for Davis. He can't get it out.
The one thing about this second period, not that many penalties.
So Roy coming in, and he can't get it through. McCorkle keeps it in. Now behind the net, and Neumann coming out with a puck and on a break. And over the line, and boy, that didn't get through. And picked up by Nicoletti. And cleared him behind the Buffalo State net. Unicello behind the net. For Riccardi, he can't come up with it, and Buffalo State takes over. Off the glass and out. And played back into the Buffalo State zone by Dorman. Buffalo State can't break through the neutral zone in the last 2 minutes. McCorkle will come out of the zone with a nice pass that jumps over the stick of Connolly. And they'll wind all the way back into the Neumann zone as Isola comes up with it. Played out to center, slapped back in, and the Neumann player didn't see it. Buffalo State with a fourth line out there as Jurek forechecking in behind the net on Dorman. Trying to come up with it. Neumann still in possession. And here's Mass trying to get it out in front. He can't get it to Jenke, and away comes Neumann.
Well, they've put the whistle away here, Rogers. A nice little save in the second period, we had all those penalties, the rash penalties in the first period.
Here's Jurican, slap shot, and Sauer saw that one all the way, and he makes the stop with 10:36 left here in the second.
And a good scoring opportunity for Henry Jurek as he comes in on the right side. He has an uncontested shot on Matt Sauer, but for Sauer, this is easy, this one. Low shot, though, pretty good shot by Jurek. 20-15 shots Buffalo.
Urbanek's shot is over the net. As Jim Fowler sends out the first line, Urbanek's shot, and that is deflected wide. Cleared into the corner. Urbanek will pick it up for Yoder. Yoder in the corner. Won't walk it out. Urbanek cross crease pass, and that does not find Pabilski. Shot and a save by Sauer. Down the slot, Pabilski cutting in. Oh, you can't get the shot up. Great defensive play by the Neumann forward. And it's cleared but not out, and now finally it is, and it's slapped down in the Buffalo end. And Neumann is quite content when any trouble is on the horizon to send it down the ice, protect this 3-goal lead.
Well, Hernandez had the first shot, had a great opportunity, but again, Sauer stopped it. Then they had a nice defensive stop.
Hernandez finding his way through center, that's deflected. And knocked into the Neumann corner. Quite a collision there. We got a penalty coming up here, as I believe number 4 is going for slashing for Neumann, as I don't think that Joe Sidman really appreciated the body check thrown on him.
By Infantino, and Sidman's going to get the gate. Now, this should really give a good scoring opportunity to Buff State. Let's watch what happened here. There's the check. Is that legal?
He got his elbow up, but Sidman can't turn around and swing a stick in his head, no matter how you cut it.
Retaliation. They usually catch the second person.
Now the Buffalo State power play looking to get on the board tonight. They haven't so far. They're down 3-0. Urbanek at the point. Hernandez walking in, doesn't shoot. Into the corner, into the slot. McElman's shot, still loose. Back to the point. Hernandez lets it go, and that goes wide. Now McElman along the sideboards. Back to the point. Hernandez, Urbanek shot. Oh, Sauer steers that one into the corner, and it's picked up by Viscus and sent down the ice all the way to the Buffalo State goaltender as Hernandez bothered by Hancock. And Hernandez goes down, and it's picked up by Urbanek.
Hey, 2 more big saves by Matt Sauer. First one incredible.
Joe Urbanek trying to set it up. Long lead pass for Cataray. Cataray cross ice. Moving in on goal, the shot, and that doesn't get through. And a good job by the Neumann penalty killers and not letting too much get to the net on this power play. Backhanded and shoveled down the ice, and Buffalo State will change it up.
Well, Buffalo State's done that throughout the entire game. They're very patient on their passes into the slot, trying to get that perfect shot away. It might be time just to load it up and make it a shooting gallery.
Under 1 minute left in the power play, as the puck is sent through center, and Buffalo State trying to set it up, and it's taken in over by the Neumann forward, and he'll just squirrel back. Waste a little time and banked off the boards and down deep. Hernandez, he'll leave it for Pabilski. Pabilski over the line, and that's intercepted and backhanded down the ice on a nice play by the Neumann player, number 19, the captain, Paul DeJoe. And that's going to do it as the Neumann player comes onto the ice. As the operative, and they haven't let him out of the box yet. The timer is run down, and he's still not out. Maybe a malfunction there, and here comes Neumann through center, coming in over to the line, and he can't get free of the defenseman, Vogel. He shoved into the corner rather rudely. Burns in pursuit along with Viscu. Picked up at the point.
Well, both clubs now at full strength, so great job killing off that penalty.
Viscus. Visited Danenhauer, shoveled it back into the Buffalo State corner, and it's played out to center ice, where Isola will take over. Isola through center, misses a man. He goes down to the Buffalo State end.
There's no question, Raj, that Buffalo State has completely dominated the second period of play.
Here's the kid line out there as Viscus couldn't get the pass from Hancock. And we have another penalty coming up. It's going to be a hooking call. And who will it go to here? And it's going to go to Buffalo State, Dan Vogel in the box for a hook.
Yeah, and Dan Vogel going to the box. 6:55 to go in the second period for hooking, and all the minutes are all the more precious now when you're down 3 goals.
6:55 left here in the second period of play. 3-0 Neumann. Neumann with just 1 win to their credit. 1-15-1 coming into tonight's game. Boy, these kids really want to get a victory here as the puck is shot into the Neumann bench.
Well, they played well, but it's been their goalie carrying them. Matt Sauer, it's just like a couple of good pitchers going at it. Sauer has just outplayed the Buffalo State goaltenders. As Sauer's just been having the game of his life, maybe his career. Maybe he'll never have one this good again. I mean, or maybe this is the start of big things for him. He's only a junior, by the way, Sauer.
Puck out to center. Picked up and flipped into the Buffalo State end by Nicoletti. And here's Yoder, trying to tip it for a break pass. Looking for Reeves, number 22. And Reeves down with the puck. It's 1-on-3, looking for some help. Reeves in over the line. He's gonna hold it. Yoder with it. Buffalo State is just wasting a little time here. As the pass in the slot, and boy, I tell you something, a shorthanded goal would really light a fire in Easton's team. And that is offsides as it comes back to the point, and Connolly could not keep it in.
Well, Buffalo State did a great job there, killing off the penalty. They even had a chance for a scoring play, and I think at that point maybe they should have taken a shot, tried for a scoring play, but they're content to kill off time on the power play and keep it at 3-0.
1-1-2, 1:12 left in the power play for Neumann. They've got 2 power play goals tonight, but it's intercepted, and Pravilski tried to cut in, but it nicely broken up by Neumann, and here comes Viscuse. Viscuse trying to play. There's a hook, and there's a penalty. He's going to go. Ventino will go on the hook as Viscuse got around him, and boy, that's a lazy penalty, Walt. You're already down 3-0. You're down a man. That's lazy.
Now, Ed Ventino will get the gate, and that will give them a 2-man advantage. And certainly 3 goals, I think the way they came out, and peppered them, they can make up 3, but a 4th, I don't know. That would be tough. Let's take a look at the penalty there, and you're right, he just reaches back.
Correct that is a high sticking call, but you could have called either one, really, if you wanted to. As Hancock will play it, that's deliberate. Deliberate offsides as Hancock played it, and he made no attempt to get out of the way to clear the zone. So they'll bring the face-off all the way down into the Neumann end, rather. 5:39 left here in the second period. 3-0 Neumann.
And Buffalo State really needs to score the next goal in this game. I don't think they can fall behind 4-0, especially the way they've outplayed them in this period. That would be crushing.
Viscuse through center. Philadelphia raised, playing for the hometown school. Hancock can't come up with the puck. Mistaken by Mayer. Mayer in the corner, looking, back to the point. Nicoletti into Viscuse, in front. Oh, and that one just went wide as Mayer tumbled right over the Buffalo State goaltender, Steve Thering.
Well, Mayer had a great opportunity. Just didn't get the blade of the stick down on that puck.
Hancock tumbles to the ice as Urbanek comes up with the puck and keeping it away from Viscuse and Hancock, but Hancock comes up with a clank. Now, Clank trying to set it up as the first penalty has expired. Now 5-on-4, Mayer in the slot, Clank shot, scores! Bob Clank sneaking in from the point, and it's 4-0, but are they going to wave this one off? There might be a penalty coming up here to Neumann.
Well, there could be
maybe goaltender interference as to show the captain.
State. Well, they're talking it over, and they've already waved it off. Neumann very much complaining.
Well, the official ruling, the public address announcer has just stated, informed everyone that is the official ruling is no goal. But I don't.
Well, let's take a look at the replay, see what we can pick up here. Puck's going to come out to Clank from Meyer.
Maybe he got it, gobbled it up before it went over the line. Has to go out completely over.
Might not have ever went in.
Back to the point. As Neumann trying to score now, and a nice stop by Thering on the play. The point shot by Nicoletti got through. Nicoletti keeping it in. And Buffalo State trying to kill off the remainder of this penalty with 28 seconds left in it.
And Thering's come up with a number of big saves here. Hasn't been tested that much, but that fourth goal would be a killer, and he's kept it at 3. He's done a nice job.
Center of the Buffalo State zone and off the glass and out by Stankovic. And here's Dornan playing it into the corner for Nicoletti. Last gasp time here for the Neumann power play as it's sent across ice and into the Buffalo zone as Riccardi Riccardi with the puck now. His shot, rebound, and that falls all the way down the slot to the blue line and shoveled out by Reeves. There was an opportunity. Just 2 shots on that power play for Neumann. They have 2 power play goals tonight. And here's a giveaway, and Reeves coming in on goal. The shot scores! Oh, beautiful backhand by McElman. And it's 3-1. Neumann, Buffalo State now down by 2 with 3:27 left there in the second.
And that's just what the doctor ordered for Buffalo State. And there you can see McElman, I believe that's his 5th goal this year, go along with 5 assists. And McElman is going to be Johnny on the spot. Puck will come in. Beautiful pass, and McElman beats the goaltender to his glove side, top corner.
Terrific pass, too. By Reeves, set that play up. So I'll see how Buff State, if they can keep the momentum going, as Davis comes down the wing and tries to play it for McElman, the goal scorer, but he falls down, and Neumann lifts one high and down the ice, content to ice it here with 3:03 left in the second period.
A completely different second period than the first, in which they played it about even. I guess Neumann, with the 3 goals, played a little bit stronger. There's the 5th goal of the year scored by McElman with 5 assists, 10 points. So you give the edge to Neumann in that first period, but the second period has been all Buffalo State.
And like you said, if they get one, maybe the shot scores! Dave Catteray, after the draw was won, quick wrist shot. And our ace stat man next to me just told me before that faceoff, watch now. Buff State will start scoring anything towards the net, and Dave Catteray with a great wrist shot beats him up top. Now suddenly it's 3-2.
Yeah, let's watch Dave Catteray right off the faceoff.
I don't know if he saw that.
Shot. No, I don't think he did, and he beats the goaltender, and it was McElman winning that faceoff. That was a big faceoff for McElman to win.
And the Knights' Paul DeJoe may have screened Sauer. Suddenly it's a 1-goal game here with 2:45 left in the second. As Mayer with the puck now for Viscuse. Viscuse, nice little move, plays it in the corner to Hancock, trying to get in front, can't do it. Viscuse will go after the puck. He bangs in there with number 26 for Buffalo State. And that's played behind the net and down, and we have a penalty coming up here, and it's going to be a hold.
Well, break for Neumann with 2:24 to go in the second period, but Buffalo State comes all the way back 3-0, and for a while, if you're a Buffalo State fan, you got to be a little worried here, down 3-0 with all those golden opportunities and not scoring, and then now they scored 2 quick ones.
Well, holding call coming up here to Jason Davis.
Let's watch Davis. Could be called right there, pulling down number 5, Viscue.
I'm very impressed with Joe Viscue. He really is, he's caused a lot of problems for Buff State tonight.
He's one of the top players listed on their team.
Nicoletti with it behind the net as the Neumann power play gets rolling here. Sent through center, Riccardi can't catch up with it. Fantino plays it up for Hernandez to Urbanek. Urbanek get over the line, taking a look. Urbanek now cutting in, backhand shot goes wide. And it's picked up and played back into the Neumann end. And now Dorman coming out with it. Oh, and a big hit on the play, and that is offsides. As Mike Burns absorbed the hit, sent it through down the middle, and Chad Conicello came up with it, but they said offside. They would have been in all alone.
Well, would good Chad Conicello And Steve Thering going 1-1. Going one-on-one right down to the wire. But the offside took away that opportunity.
Well, I'm going to slide on downstairs to catch the Buffalo State coach at this intermission, and the rest of the play-by-play for the period, here is Walt Sears.
All right, thank you, Rod. Good job. And in that second period so far, 2 goals for Buffalo State, and they're right back in it. Wouldn't say they're favored to win now, but when you look at the record of Neumann and the shooting gallery it's been in this second period for Buffalo State, you might like their chances. Another big save by Steve Thering, who came on to start this second period in goal in relief of Nick Birdie, who allowed 3 goals in the first period. And Thering has played very, very well. Power play opportunity for the Neumann Knights. Last minute of play in this first period. And Buffalo State just hoping to kill off this power play, maybe score a goal. There's a shot by Hernandez right on the goaltender, Sauer. Back come the Neumann Knights. Up to number 5, Viscu. Viscu goes in. Viscu is pulled down. Nothing called there. Clean play. And back the other way is Cataray, who just scored. Cataray goes in for the puck along with Sidman. Comes to Newman's number 9, Johnny Hancock. Hancock tied up against the boards by Buffalo State. And Buffalo State, the goal comes off its moorings. Too bad, because McCorkle had an opportunity. 19 seconds to go in the second period. And the Buffalo State faithful here, a late arriving crowd, pretty good crowd. There's really like 20, 25 minutes before the game, it was hardly anyone in here, but now it's a good crowd on hand. All arriving at game time. Last 15 seconds of the second period, Buffalo State trying to press on and tie it, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. As it's shot in by Neumann into the Buff State zone with 5 seconds to go. Maybe time for one last shot for Buff State. Let's see. No, they don't get it off, as Morgan McElman was winding up and was going to take it. And that's the end of the second period. And there's the guy, Steve Thering, number 1, who had a terrific second period. He didn't face a ton of shots, but he was able to stop them all. And Buffalo State comes back with 2 goals, and we're in a dogfight now at the end of 2 periods. The Neumann Knights 3 and the Buffalo State Bengals 2. You're watching 813.
Think DSL is the fastest internet access in town? Not so fast. DSL speed depends on how close you live to your phone company. Faster speeds will cost you. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. If you got a need for speed, get PowerLink broadband internet access. It's high speed no matter where you live for one low monthly payment. PowerLink, high speed, safe and secure, low rates, no contracts. Get PowerLink from Adelphia. If it was any faster, you'd need a license.
Turn it on.
Turn on the fun. Turn on the adventure. Turn on the music. Nothing offers the variety of Adelphia digital cable.
Turn on your world.
You splish and splash. Splish and splash. Now your pasta's going down the drain, and your family's got hunger pains. Not anymore. Introducing Pasta Pro Cooker, the spill-free way to cook, drain, and serve perfect pasta. Just place in your favorite pasta. When it's ready, turn the lid to the locking position. Then easily pour the water out and keep the pasta in. Now you can cook, drain, and serve mountains of spaghetti all in one saucepan. Make delicious linguine with clams with no extra dishes. Pasta Pro is so dependable, not even a heavy sack of potatoes can remove the top. You can cook, drain, mix, and serve mashed potatoes all in one saucepan. Order the Pasta Pro Cooker with a quick and easy recipe guide for just $19.95. But wait, there's more. We'll include this amazing cheese grater free. Call right now and receive another Pasta Pro Cooker absolutely free. This incredible $60 value is all yours for just $19.95.
Call 1-800-719-7500 and order the Pasta Pro for just $19.95. This incredible offer won't last, so call and order now.
And in the second intermission, Buffalo State comes back with 2 late goals, making it 3-2. Let's send it down to Roger Walsh.
Here with Bengals head coach Jim Fowler. Coach, can't be pleased with the way you started this game, down 3-0, but you have to be optimistic after coming back narrowing the lead now to 3-2.
Yeah, that's been one of our problems most of the year is slow starts, and we're leaving a lot of stuff in the locker room. We come out, we dig ourselves a hole, we come out, and we need to battle even harder. And I was happy with the way the guys came out and battled. And one thing is you don't see Nick Birdie in the net right now. We kind of pulled him, kind of get a spark maybe. Nothing against Nick. A couple goals there, kind of flukes, but.
Another thing that's plagued your club is penalties, and tonight's no different. You got to be pulling your hair out watching the guys continually, a stream of Bengal players to the box. Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, and it's kind of, you have that reputation. I mean, for years we've had that, and it's tough to get rid of it. And, that's one tough thing, too. You recruit so many junior players. That stuff in juniors you get away with. Here, they call it a lot tighter. I know it's cliche, the first 5 minutes of a period, but you had Neumann on their heels at the end of the second. Guys got to come out strong in the third, I would imagine. Oh, definitely. We have to build on what we did, and that's work hard. And we work hard. We got rewarded. One puck hit the post. Another time it's all we do is take a shot right off the face-off, puck goes in. So when you work hard, to get rewarded, and that's what we need to do is work hard for 20 minutes now. Well, good luck in the third, Coach. Thank you. Head coach Jim Fowler. Let's just slide up upstairs, to Walt Sears.
All right, thank you, Raj. Nice job, well done. And Coach Fowler explaining why they made the change in the goals. Did give them a spark, and it's now 3-2 in the momentum with Buffalo State. Second intermission, 3-2, Neumann over Buffalo State. You're watching 8-13.
Attention all smokers. Now you can kick the habit in just 7 days. That's right, you can quit smoking in only 7 days guaranteed. Introducing the all-natural Smoke Away system, the herbal stop smoking program that works to completely stamp out your nicotine cravings in just 1 week. Smoke Away is easy, safe, and 100% effective or your money back. Fed up with expensive patches, prescriptions, and gums that often don't work? For less than the price of all of them, you can stop smoking in 7 days, guaranteed. Over 100,000 people have used the Smoke Away system.
I like the fact that Smoke Away is all natural, and it really works.
I was on the patch for 5 months with absolutely no results. I did Smoke Away for 3 days, and I've been smoke-free ever since.
Smoke Away has added years to my life. I know now I can enjoy my kids growing up and their kids growing up.
Thanks to Smoke Away, we've been smoke-free for 2 years and saved $2,000. Thank you, Smoke Away.
The secret is the unique combination of all natural herbal ingredients that work to completely and naturally eliminate your body's craving for nicotine with no side effects like insomnia, tension, or weight gain. So now you can quit quickly and effortlessly without the agony of withdrawal.
It's safe. It's highly effective. I've had tremendous success with my patients using the Smoke Away program. In fact, I had a patient who had smoked for 25 years and quit in 2 days using the Smoke Away program.
Smoke Away is the only all-natural program that's guaranteed to help you quit smoking in only 7 days, no matter how long you've smoked, no matter how many times you've tried to quit before. It's true. If you started the Smoke Away program today, in 7 days, you could kick the habit 100% guaranteed or your money back. Don't be a slave to smoking anymore. Pick up the phone and order your Smoke Away system now.
To order Smoke Away, call 1-800-993-3031. That's 1-800-993-3031. Or send a check or money order to the address on your screen. So call 1-800-993-3031 and order today.
You're watching Adelphia Channel 13. For the latest on-air schedule, visit our website at a13tv.com.
Well, Walt Sears along with Roger Walsh back here, 3-2 the score at the end of 2 periods, Raj, and we're going to go right into the goals, and then we're going to go right into the stats, but Buffalo State gets right back into this game, and let's take a look at Morgan McElman as he'll score right here for Buffalo State. Finally getting it past Matt Sauer, who finally soured, and then the second goal, Dave Cataract making it 3-2, and all of a sudden there, Roger, Buffalo State is right back in this game. Matt Sauer turning in a great performance. And what about the Buffalo State goaltender off the bench as we look at the stats?
Thering's come off the bench. He's 8 shots, 8 saves. So they needed a spark. They needed a goaltending change, and it apparently has worked so far. As you look at the stats here, Buffalo State out shooting Neumann, 27-19. Neumann 2 of 6 on the power play. That's a good sign for them because their power play was operating at an abysmal 3% level. Buffalo State 0 for 2 on the power play, dominating on faceoffs and in checks and in scoring chances. So for all intents and purposes, Buffalo State should be running away with this game, but they're not. And but they're close. They narrowed it down to a 1-goal lead, and you got to question Neumann's mental toughness because of the fact that they blew a lead last night. They're in the process of blowing one tonight. They only have 1 win, and they're going to have to dig extra deep to keep Buffalo State from blowing right by them here in the third period.
And great stats for Buffalo State, but they're down where it counts, 3-2, and because of the goaltending. Both clubs getting great goaltending. We'll be back with the third period. Should be exciting. It's 3-2 Neumann after 2 periods of play. You're watching A13.
Turn it on.
Turn on the hits. Turn on the fun. Turn on the movies. Nothing brings entertainment to life like Adelphia Digital Cable.
Turn on your world.
Our dish has made a truly handsome ornamental display.
This experiment should prove the viability of the dish wheel concept. Making a drum out of a dish is stupid.
Well, you're stupid.
Sure, you can do a lot with a dish. But when you consider the local professional service from your cable company, cable's your best choice. Adelphia Cable, the connection you can count on.
Well, it's 3-2. Walt Sears along with Roger Walsh, and Roger doing yeoman's work up and down on the interviews downstairs. Raj doing some play-by-play, some color, doing it all out here. And right now,
my pleasure.
It's anyone's game. Really, all the momentum with Buffalo State. They've controlled the entire second period. They outscore this team 2-0. If they do the same thing in the third period, they should come away with a victory.
Well, it's right on the table for Buffalo State. There's no doubt. You know, you got to feel for Matt Sauer, who's played a great game in net for Neumann, but 2 quick goals and they're back in it. We'll see what Neumann's made of here in the third period.
And Thering, the difference between the pipes for Buffalo State, stopping 8 out of 8. And it wasn't that Nick Bertie did a poor job. It's just that he allowed 3 goals. And you heard the coach say that they needed a spark, so they went and they guessed right, putting in Steve Thering. And the coaching staff got a bonus from him as he goes 8 for 8 with shots on goal. I mean, that's the 2 top goaltenders, I believe. Bertie and Thering. It's stolen right there by Viscu. He goes in, and the defenseman makes a real nice play, Hernandez, to get in front of that puck. Stop that. Here's Viscu again, and Viscu tries to center it. Again, it's knocked down by number 11, Infantino, and back down the ice. Buffalo State down 3-2. There's a good check by Sidman for Neumann. Buffalo State trying to tie it. Shot, score! And it's all tied up. Ricardo Hernandez.
Oh, what a perfect shot that was. Good work behind the net to come up with the puck, to pass out front. Hernandez coming in from the point. No mistake there. Up high wrist shot. That is where all the goals have gone against Sauer tonight. Up high, as good play behind the net by Pabilski. Puts it out to the point, down the slot, and there is Hernandez. Quick release. That's every one of those goals have been scored. It's been quick, it's been high, and we're all tied up.
And Hernandez makes it 3-3. They go for the lead, and it's just shot wide by Yoder. 4th goal of the year for Fernandez, as he's being congratulated there. For Hernandez, excuse me, and he's being congratulated there. And then Yoder had an opportunity. Now Buff State, Yoder, number 16, coming in, takes his shot right on, and the save by the goaltender.
Well, you can see everybody is, Jim Fowler must have told his team, everybody shoot high, because that's exactly what they've been doing, is they're going up high on Sauer. Sauer's not a big guy. He's not a huge cover-the-net goaltender, that's for sure. He's only 5'8", weighs 170 pounds, from Syracuse. So somewhat local. They're about 2 hours away. He's not a big dude. He doesn't cover a lot of the nets. So when he goes down into his crouch, there's plenty of room upstairs, and good job by the coaching staff of Buffalo State and scouting staff to recognize that and inform their players, and it's worked so far.
Well, I'll tell you, the first period and a half, though, this Sauer was unbelievable.
He sure was.
You know, he still has had a great game, allowing just the 3 goals and I think 30 or 31 shots now. But it's a new game now as Eber tries to come out of his own zone. It's intercepted by Buffalo State and now shot to center ice. Number 3, Stankovic. With Buffalo State again coming in. McElman, who has one of the goals. McElman is checked hard by DeJoe. McElman gets it back out to the point. And then shot back in. And number 18 there, Jason Nicoletti, can't get it out. Shot to center ice.
Well, one thing I noticed is Neumann, you know, once they were up 3-0, they really kind of took their foot off the gas and decided to dump the puck off the glass and out, taking icings, giving up a lot of possession time to Buffalo State, and it's bitten them because now it's tied up, and Neumann, they're going to have to get much more aggressive. They cannot play for 4 or 5 shots for, you know, 1 or 2 scoring chances in this period and hope to get lucky and bang one past the goaltender. They got to get more aggressive. They got to play like they did in the first and for about 5 minutes of the second too. They got to get it on track here. Buffalo State is just going to wind right by them.
Well, I agree with that, but they did have 8 shots on Thering in the second period. They did slow down a little bit. They had their moments. It looked like they had the 4th goal and a 4-0 lead, and that was either waved off or never went by the goal, went into the goal area. It was disallowed, and they had other chances before that. There's a shot. It's deflected, and number 22 for Buff State, Rocky Reeves, gets it up to his teammate, Sir Roy, and he shot right on. That was a good, hard shot by Sir Roy.
And I believe, as our ace stat man is telling me next to me, that it is the first stop by Sauer since the first Buffalo State goal. Yes, nodding approval. Yeah, and I guess that's a confidence builder if there is such thing. The 3 straight goals and 3 shots on it.
Yeah, you could see him clutching that puck. Yeah. Not as confident.
He's fighting it, there's no doubt.
Not as confident as he was in the first 2 periods. Some goals scored against you will do it to you. Viscu, the freshman line out there now, with Hancock and Mayer, who has also scored a goal.
Love that Viscu. That kid is impressive. He's caused a lot of problems for Buff State tonight.
Buff State shooting it in offside as Matt Connolly shot it in.
Well, it's Saturday night, and this game obviously will be airing on a later date on Tuesday. So tomorrow, the biggest sporting event in the history of the world, Walt. Super Bowl 37.
And you know, this late arriving crowd, I'm very surprised, Raj, when you look in the stands. I mean, like a half hour, 20 minutes before game time, there was hardly anybody in the stands. Now it's a nice crowd. All right, Buffalo State looking for the lead. Jurek has the shot goal to the goaltender, who handles it with his glove. Matt Sauer, what a story. 0-8-1. At one point leading 3-0. It almost looked like a lock that he'd get his first victory.
Yeah, it did. They were up 3-0 and they were cruising, but they went passive. They went soft. They just wanted to dump the puck a lot, and Buffalo State kept hammering away, and they controlled the play in their zone. And once they got the first one, the rest followed.
And Buffalo State putting on the pressure. 21, Janke score! And Buffalo State with their first lead.
Great shot up top. And I'll tell you, there was a pile up in front of Matt Sauer. Justin Riccardi was part of it, and I don't think Sauer ever saw the puck as it was blasted high and off the post and in. As you see, turning into the shot, he can't see it. There's no doubt about that. As Brian Janke comes up with a goal, 4-3 Bengal.
Well, Jurek was there. He might have got a piece of it, but I don't think he did. I think it was Janke all the way on that shot, but Jurek got right in the way, and Mass right in the way of the goaltender, who was screened on that one, Matt Sauer. And Buffalo State really turning on the Jets here now. they've been shooting like crazy. Shot, oh, big save there off of Joe Urbanek, who's had some tough luck in this game.
The Bengal shooters are shooting nothing low. Everything is high. There's a first low shot, but that's a bad angle.
Yeah, Yoder snuck it in there, but the defenseman got a piece of it. Here's number 2, Danhauer. Danhauer taken down at center ice. The game has completely shifted. What an athletic move by Urbanek as he jumped over a player. A hard hit there late by number 18, Przybylski, for Buffalo State. It looks like we have a penalty coming up.
It's like a roughing call. And it's going to go to Greg Przybylski. So Neumann has a chance here to tie this game up on the power play, trailing by 1, 15-29.
Well, you don't often see a game shift this quickly.
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry. A Neumann player went along with him, so Przybylski took him with him. There's the penalty. And he might have got it before that, as Nate Eber is in the box, I believe number 7.
And I think this has to favor Buffalo State because they go out with their top player, Joe Urbanek, out there, along with McElman, who's already scored in this game, Infantino, and Hernandez, who has already scored in this game. So they're playing 4-on-4.
Now we're getting some clarification. It is a 5-on-4. It is a power play. But the Neumann player has been, we believe, assessed a misconduct. So Neumann will have the man advantage here.
Right, Neumann has the man advantage as we get it all straightened out. Urbanek shoots that one high and wide. He's been a little high and a little wide on a couple shots in this game, but boy, he can sure play. Setting up his teammates for numerous scoring chances. He just didn't materialize. Power play for Neumann. And Buffalo State all fired up now. John Hancock, who has a goal, over to number 5, Viscu, out to the point and shot high by DeJoe. Paul DeJoe had an excellent opportunity. 4-3 Buffalo State, leading by 1. Shot by Hernandez, but kept in. Nicely done by Nicoletti. And number 11, Mayer, he has a goal in this game. Mayer behind the goaltender. Mayer looking to get it in the crease to the corner. They battle against the boards, and it comes around to number 9 on the other side, Johnny Hancock. Hancock back towards Mayer. It skips away from Mayer, and it goes to Viscu. Out to the point. Nicoletti's shot is deflected by Buffalo State. That was deflected by number 10, McElman. 4-3 Buffalo State. Power play for Neumann. Newman's Viscu. Viscu's in. Viscu a weak shot. The rebound, and it goes wide. They had a great chance there for John Hancock. Hancock was right there. Nicoletti shot, and that's knocked away by the goaltender. Nice job there by Steve Thering. 4-3, a lot of pressure by Neumann. Right there, the shot, score! And that will tie it up. John Hancock right on the spot puts his signature for his second goal. John Hancock.
Wow, what a job by Hancock. That's the second of the night, I believe. And that is a huge, huge goal for the Knights of Neumann. They were really on the ropes, but they get the power play and they put it in up top. And what a great job by Hancock as he receives the pass. Good pressure on this power play. Just chops it up high. Thering goes to his right, and Hancock delivers it over his left. And we're all knotted up at 4 here.
So the penalties continue.
Someone's being guided off the ice
to
here.
Hurt the Bengals.
This might be, I don't know if it could be a game misconduct situation or what.
I think it's being explained to now. Sioko, Joe Sioko, I think that is number 3 who's being escorted out. Or no, that's number 2, excuse me. Danhauer, Peter Danhauer. We have to believe that Peter's done for the game. With 13:46 to go in the game, so he might be done. Tough to pick up the announcement here. But a great comeback here on that goal by John Hancock to tie this game at 4-4. Showing a lot of heart, this Neumann team coming back.
Absolutely. Mental toughness goes a long way. They got labeled last night by Buff State by 5 goals. They up 3-0. They give up 3 straight. And then they're down 4-3.
But, you know, maybe this young team is starting to learn just a little bit.
And the hitting getting a little bit harder. Here's number 24. And that is Zalewski, Mike Zalewski, carrying on the play. Play behind the goaltender, Matt Sauer. 22 now. Rocky Reeves has it taken away from him and slapped around the boards by Kilgallen. Kept in by Buffalo State. 24 Zalewski. Taken back and stolen by Neumann and flipped down the ice. Just killing time there. Flipped it all the way down the ice. That was 25, Justin Riccardi, who's had a good game himself. 4-4 with 12:30 to go. Buffalo State back the other way, flipping it in his mask. Good check there by Buffalo State's Jenke. Buffalo State trying for the lead again. They've led only once in this game. Comes out to the point. Kept in by Stankovic into the left corner boards. 2 Buffalo State players and 3 from Neumann. The puck comes free. Jurek going back there for Buffalo State, battling with Borkos there, and Jurek has it. Jurek tried to go right through the crease, and no one was there. Well, that's Jenke and not McCorkle there. 21. See if Buffalo State can keep it in. They can't. Jenke had it. It went over the blue line, so it's just shot in by Buffalo State. Buffalo State will change lines with 11:48 to go, and so will Neumann in a 4-4 game. Play will be whistled down with 11:44 to go and 4-4 on the scoreboard. A lot of fours and a very entertaining hockey game.
Well, it really has been, and it's, you know, you look at Nick Russo, the coach of Neumann, and it's been a tough road for him. There's no doubt. He's starting this program from scratch. It's in his 5th year. You know, he got 1 win. It's, you know, he's just starting. This is his, you know, first full class in here to recruit. It's been a tough road, but you got to admire the Knights. They could have folded their tent down 4-3, but they're right in this, tied at 4, and they keep battling.
And play carrying on. Krzyzewski, number 18, flips it around the corner. Eber is there, number 7. He gets it down the ice. And racing for it is 6 Conley. He'll get there first for Buffalo State. He's shadowed by John Hancock, who has 2 goals. And here comes Buff State. Yoder checked off the play. Puck comes loose off the boards. It's kept in by Conley. Conley shoots it. It goes wide. And around to number 7 there, Eber. Eber flips it to his teammate. And back comes Neumann. They've got an opportunity here with a 3-on-3. Nice pass. Beautiful pass. And Fiscombe was almost in. That was close.
Oh, that was a gorgeous pass by Mayor to Viscus. Just couldn't handle it. He would have been in all.
And they're carrying on. Neumann deflected by Buffalo State. Neumann with an opportunity, and the puck goes astray. It comes across the blue line, and number 7 all the way back there is Nate Eber for the Neumann team.
Nice job by the kid line for the Knights. They've been impressive. There's no doubt they have given Buff State a lot of problems. Hancock, Viscu, and Mayer.
And the goaltender, Steve Thering, puts his hand up in the air and says the icing. So we'll go down to the other side in the 4-4 game. And, you know, the pressure that Buffalo State was putting on Rogers subsided some.
Yeah, it has. Neumann is, you know, they're back on their heels for a little while. They're being forechecked into the ice. And everything has seen Buffalo State shot at the net went in. Well, it did, actually, but gotten grounded a bit. I think going on that power play and tying this game up has really benefited them mentally as well as physically. They, you know, like I said, they can't be passive against Buff State. Buff State's got the scores.
Cataray had a nice check for Buffalo State. It came back to their goaltender, Steve Thering. He leaves it for his player, Cataray. Cataray to Hernandez. Hernandez, double team. Did get it ahead. They tried to get it ahead at least to Davis. It went past him. Intercepted and shot down the ice by Joey Sidman, and they'll be calling icing again. 9:47 to go. 4-4.
Well, it's been, like you said, an entertaining hockey game. And but I'll tell you something, Jim Fowler, head coach of the Bengals, can't be too happy, even though his team was down 3-0 and came back and tied it up, and now in a deadlocked in a 4-4 tie here. They're going to have to play way better than this if they want a chance at the Suniac playoffs and do any damage there as well. And they have to get more discipline, too. They had Neumann right where they wanted him, down 4-3 and halfway to the bus. But, you know, they took the penalty and Neumann scored. And you can't give teams opportunities like that.
To Joe, and Joe's shot is deflected away. And now it's intercepted. Infantino Infantino starting up ice. Infantino's played well.
He just shook off a check. Thrown at him by number 24 for Neumann.
And the Bengals shot, and oh, that whistled a little bit wide by Siroy, who had that shot, and Siroy, excuse me, had that shot, and he had it lined up pretty well. Just whistled that wide. 4-4 game. Here's 26. Mask flipping it into the Neumann zone, and Neumann now to center ice, intercepted by Buffalo State by Jenke. Play will carry on, and the goaltender will hold it. And we'll have a face-off with 8:42 to go and a 4-4 tie.
Well, Matt Sauer seemed to have settled down a little bit in the nets for the Knights. As he was beaten 3 straight times on high shots, and he seemed to have shaken that off a bit here. He's made a couple nice stops here in the third period. Inside 9 minutes, all tied at 4.
A couple victories in a row over Neumann would give Buffalo State a lot of momentum going into their last 7 Sunyak games. No matter how you win it, when you win it, and give the kids a lot of momentum.
Well, they got the first line, the kid line out there against the fourth line of Buffalo State. Is Nick Russo looking for a favorable matchup here.
Number 20, Danny Vogel. Vogel up to his teammate. Jenke shot right on, a low shot, stopped again by the goaltender Matt Sauer, who has seemed to right himself now after allowing those 4 goals.
Well, Nick Russo, the head coach of the Neumann program here, and being in Philadelphia, he considers that they're, really down south there as far as hockey goes, and the teams they can play. Last year, the club traveled 5,400 miles by bus. And Coach Russo himself, in recruiting, traveled over 10,000 miles last year.
Well, that shot almost snuck in there and went off the goaltender, Matt Sauer. Well, they traveled some 400 miles by bus to get here from Philadelphia. They have flown before, and we have a penalty coming up. It looks like an interference call. They've gone 2,000 miles away to get players from Alberta. 2 are from Calgary. Their goaltenders going into these 2 games against Buff State have faced 1,700 shots. So it's been crazy, and he's really trying to turn the program around. He says the Philadelphia area where he's at for hockey is like being in Florida.
Yeah.
It's hard to sell the program and get the players.
Brian Jenke off for holding, so yet another Neumann power play.
And the power play has hurt them. Shot right on, a good shot by Conicello, and the goaltender Thering came up with another good save. Shot all the way down the ice. Nicoletti to his teammate. Little bird flying right in front of us.
He's looking for a way out. He should have went south long ago. I tell you, head coach Jim Fowler for the Bengals has got to be losing his mind. This is an incredible amount of penalty minutes his team has served, and it's hurt him because Neumann scored 3 power play goals.
Well, it's been the same thing all year. It's nothing new. With the penalties and the slow starts, and it's been the same thing in this game. Penalties and a slow start, but they're righted as they're all tied at 4-4, and they're doing a great job killing this power play right now as Neumann's not even coming up the ice yet. Very good job, and again they have a Danny Vogel after McCorkle had a good check, and the shot went right on the goaltender who had to make the save.
Very aggressive penalty killing by the Bengals.
Yoder is also out there.
As I'm sure they've been instructed, you see a chance shorthanded, go for it.
And Reeves out there, the 4 players for the Bengals, all doing a good job. There's Stankovic out there also. 6:33 now to go as play whistled down in a 4-4 game. Terrific job so far on the power play, killing the power play by the Bengals.
Yeah, they have, but this Neumann power play really is the story of the game, in my opinion. It came in at an absolutely pathetic 3%, but they've got 3 goals off the power play tonight.
That's much higher than 3% now, way over that. Shot down the ice. It's getting down near crunch time.
And that's what it starts with when you have a struggling program in its infancy. And it starts with the small things, getting a couple power play goals when it's not working. Winning a period here. It all builds off itself, and Neumann's got to They're on their way to a tie tonight, a point at least, maybe even a win.
Got a chance here. Both clubs
Good
now
kill
at
by the
full
Bengals.
strength. Yeah, great kill. But still a chance for Neumann as they're working the puck very smartly, very deliberately. And the Bengals need to come up with it. Now, Hernandez, one of their top defensemen, does a great job. Gets it up ahead to his teammate, number 24, Zalewski. Zalewski is taken down hard. He goes down hard. Clean check, no penalty call.
Bob Clank, that was a nice play to take him off the puck.
Viscu flips it around to Clank. Clank being bottled up. Buff State trying to come up with the loose puck. They can't. It's cleared out to the blue line and now shot into the Buffalo State zone where number 4 goes for it. Hernandez. Hernandez already has a goal. He clears it out to his own blue line. Pass to center ice where it's intercepted and shot in by Dorman. Dorman got it in there for Neumann. Play carries on to the corner. Infantino gets it to Hernandez. Up to number 12, Cataray for Buffalo State. He has a goal. Back to Infantino. Cross ice, a little bit too far for Davis. Off his stick, and then shot in by number 25, Riccardi. 4:42 to go as play is whistled down. A 4-4 game.
Well, Buffalo State, you know, the struggles continue. As we talked about, is they got off to a poor start. They were down 3-0. Penalty after penalty after penalty. We'll have to total up the minutes for the end of the broadcast. I'm sure it's close to 20 minutes. 16, I believe now, is the penalty minutes, and they're getting towards a little below their average of 20. What's a bird almost flew in my head? A little bit below their average of 24 minutes a game.
That's
but
amazing.
Still way too much.
And as plays going on, this poor bird can't get out of this facility.
It's going to start attacking soon.
4-4 game, 4:29 to go. An interception by Jenke for Buff State. He can't clear it out. It's kept in there by Viscu, who seems to be all over the ice. Hancock got a piece of it. Now it's carried into the corner boards. It's going to be held against the boards. Now cleared out of there by McCorkle for Buffalo State. Bengals trying to get it out of their own zone, and they still can't. They still can't clear it out. Now Hancock tried to get it away from Mass, but Mass did a good job. He got it up to Jurek. Jurek carries on. They'll have to reset as it comes over the blue line. And we'll have a penalty.
Lost check coming up against Neumann, and oh boy, that hurts. With 3:58 left, you're going to give the Buffalo State power play an opportunity. Who's been, and the one to look for here, Joe Urbanek, has been kind of silent tonight, but all it takes is one shot by him. So tied up at 4. Buffalo State on the power play.
Boy, and you're right, you got to watch Urbanek, number 27. And here he is immediately off the power play. And Joe Urbanek, oh, he tried to slice it through the crease there and hit Zalewski. That just didn't pan out. Hernandez to the point. Hernandez gets it back, goes off his skate. Now Hernandez takes his shot, and it deflected off of someone to the corner. Might have deflected off of number 12, Cataray. Play carries on for the Bengals. Here's number 16, Yoder. Shot, deflected, and he scores! But via the deflection, and it is Joe Urbanek who's going to get the goal and give him the lead. I do believe at 5-4 as Urbanek deflected it.
I'll tell you something, what a terrific job in front of the net by Dave Cataray, who screened the goaltender and used the Neumann defenseman as a shield as he look in front of the net. Cataray doing all the work. There's the shot, the rebound, and that's who we thought would come out. He's been quiet all night, but Urbanek comes through, picks it out of the air, puts it in. Buffalo State with a late lead.
Yeah, what great athletic talent by Joe Urbanek. Reflexes. That's knocked away out of there. This is not over yet by Steve Thering. This would be a big win for Buffalo State this year and give them a lot of momentum. Coming back from a 3-0 lead. But again, the late starting Buffalo State Bengals down 2-0 to Neumann yesterday, win 9-4, down 3-0 in this one, and looking like it's going to be a hopeless situation. Come out, shoot all over the place in the second period, come up with 2 goals, take the lead 4-3 only to be tied, and now lead again, Raj, 5-4.
This is something Coach Fowler and his staff have got to straighten out. They have got to come out like the way they play in the second half of games right away. If you see the level of play that they've come up with here in the last period and a half, and you apply that to 60 minutes, they will be a real pain. They will be a tough team to play. But the fact that they start so slow and take way too many penalties, that's going to hurt them. They've got to straighten this out if they want any hope of doing anything special this year.
You might want to credit the coaching staff and the assistants of course, Buffalo State. They've done a great job.
Brent Ford, Scott Kirsch, and of course our own David D, who's not behind the bench tonight, but doing directing the telecast. He's a part of the Buffalo State Bengals staff as well.
And Neumann putting a lot of pressure on a shot down the ice. Goaltender puts his hand up, Matt Sauer, for the icing foul. And I know, the coaching staff was frustrated when it was 3-0. Could only imagine Dave not being out on the bench when it's part of your team. And Dave D were talking about it's 3-0. And were they going to come back? I didn't know. I thought that they were the better team, but could you come back from a 3-0 deficit? I wasn't quite sure myself, Raj.
Well, Dave spent the intermission telling us exactly what they were doing wrong.
All right, we'll come back with more on A13. It's 5-4, Buffalo State. Only 2:27 to go in regulation. All right, 5-4. There's a look at Coach Jim Fowler. It would be a sweet win, especially it's a televised game. Coming back, a lot of heart showed by both of these clubs. A lot of heart by Buffalo State, down 3-0 and really being frustrated. But as we mentioned, it's not over. And in case of a tie in regulation, there is a five-minute sudden death overtime, which we were approaching. But now, Buffalo State with 2:15 to go, all they have to do is keep Neumann off the board, and they're doing a good job right now. Stankovic on the goaltender. We had a great game for, well, the first 30 minutes, let's say, Matt Sauer. And I guess he soured a little bit, but he really played a great game. And he was peppered all night. And it's a shame for the Neumann team if they don't win this game, but that's how it goes in sports. You have to play a complete game. All right, Neumann back in their own zone. Number 18, Jason Nicoletti, up to his teammate, Mayer. The freshmen are out there with Hancock and Viskew and Mayer. And now we have play whistled down with 1:33 to go in the game. Buffalo State will again be
another
penalized.
Incredible. As elbowing call. Oh, that's amazing. And Jim Fowler not very happy.
No, he was not happy with this call at all.
That is tough. You got this Neumann team right where you want. You got a minute and a half to kill off. You're up by a goal, and that's just brutal.
I think it was the second push by Danny Bogle that got him in trouble, not the initial one. And it's shot down the ice by Buffalo State. And we 3 power play goals in this game for Neumann. Coming in, they were only 3%. Can you believe that? On power play opportunities. So a minute and 18 to go. Here they come. Plank gets in. Plank takes his shot right on the goaltender, steers it with a nice save. Steve Thiering, who could be considered.
They pulled the goaltender.
One of the stars of this game. They pull the goaltender. They have an extra attacker, so a 2-man advantage, and Buffalo State can't get it out. Another penalty coming up.
I think we got a hand pass.
A hand pass. Okay. 57 seconds remaining.
Well, if the score remains the way it is, it's going to be another heartbreaker here for Neumann, because really have not had a lot of success this season. And I tell you, though, Walt, I'm a little more, obviously considering the level of competition they play, it's tough. But I'm a little surprised they don't have to do a couple more wins than they do. It's not a terrible hockey club.
No, they've got
nice
talent.
young stars.
They've got a lot of young talent, too. Shot from the point right on. That almost tied it. Yeah, the goaltender, Steve Thiering, came up with a big save. 36 seconds to go.
Oh, and he couldn't get it off the boards and out. That's face-off's going to be inside the Buffalo State zone.
2-man advantage because they pulled their goaltender. Good look at number 11 for Buffalo State, who is a solid player, Infantino. He's out there. And, of course, they have Urbanik out there in this pressure situation, along with Prisbilski and Hernandez, one of their top defensive players. 27 seconds to go. Two-man advantage. Opportunity for Neumann. Klink puts the shot right on it, steered out of there. Here's the rebound, and number 11 cannot get the shot away. Mayer. Buffalo State shoots it down the ice, and it's Joe Urbanic. Does the dirty work. 12 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. Klink, last shot opportunity. Time, and they won't get it. 5 seconds to go. Buff State's going to win this game. 3 seconds to go. 2-1. That's it. The Buffalo State Bengals come back from a 3-0 deficit, and they ride the goaltender Steve Thering to a huge win, 5-4.
Well, I tell
over
you,
Neumann.
it was a great comeback by Buffalo State, but I'll tell you something, they're fortunate they're playing a team that is struggling to build a program like Neumann is. But they did come back, and they did get it done 5-4. They got to cut down on the penalties, as we mentioned, start a lot better. And for Neumann, it's another heartbreaker, too. Yet another lesson in building a program as the head coaches get together and shake hands, as do the players. And Buff State, they're going to have to tighten it up if they want to go anywhere this season.
Well, terrific game by both clubs. They shake hands, very friendly atmosphere. The coaches shake hands. 5-4. We'll be back with more on 813 Sports. The final score, Buffalo State 5 and the Neumann Knights 4.
Did you know that 70% of Americans don't have a legal will? Over the next decade, thanks from people who have died without making a will, leaving loved ones in financial and emotional distress. Young or old, married or single, widowed or divorced, everybody needs a legal will. Without a legal will, others may decide who gets your belongings and who will become the guardian of your children. The American Legal Will Kit is easy to use. Just follow the instructions to make a will that's legal in all states. At $29.95, it saves you time, money, and legal costs. Writing your will is not about you. It's about the people you care about. It's about putting in place today what is needed to keep them safe tomorrow. You don't need a lawyer. The American Legal Will Kit makes it easy and legal. Call the toll-free number on your screen to order your American Legal Will Kit today, and we'll include free power of attorney. All for the low price of only $29.95. Don't delay. Call now.
It's the Adelphia Channel 13 website at a13tv.com. See the latest on-air schedule. Read our special feature sections. Or voice your opinion and see it on the air on Crossroads.